Well, you don't get a lot of rain here. This place only gets 15, 18 inches of rain. It's in the rain shadow of the Olympics, and it rains very little. The whole summer, we have no rain.
Yeah, I read that the other day. I'm thinking, wait a minute. I live in the shower.
Olympic Peninsula. See the rainforest down the road there? 70 miles down the road, they get 14 feet of annual rainwater. 14 feet. And by the time they leave there, coming to swim, they're empty. They think they're away to Seattle, but they're empty in that area. Anyway, this is all plants. If we just stay right over here on this side, it'd be great. I'll come and walk over here. Anyway, we're going to do some. I'm going to do a dramatic cut first thing, because I just love getting people's attention. You know, so you see this branch here? I got a nice leader coming across the top. This one down below is in its way, and we're going to get rid of it. This whole big piece here is coming out. I just want people to realize that don't be afraid to cut. This thing's going to grow back just fine. And if it's in the wrong place, that's not going to change. And so you need to get rid of it. Come on now. There we go.
And this is your grapevine.
This is a grape, yeah. And this is just a young grape. I've only been here, I think this is its 5th year. So I'm going to try to cut this stuff free because I want to keep this guy here.
So are you cutting away the old stuff, or
No,
just stuff that's in the way, or
Get stuff in the way. And just, you know, my sense of pruning is always arranging. Everything should fit and look nice. And if it's in the wrong place, I don't care what it is, it's out of it because it just doesn't. It's not going to fit. And if it doesn't fit today, it's not going to fit tomorrow. So it's not going to change. And so if something's in the wrong spot, just got to get rid of it. Now you see, you see we've got a nice piece coming out of here. So I'm going to let this. This is going to bear fruit here. See this nice wood. So I'm going to finish with that. So this is coming. This is a dead piece underneath here. I'm going to get rid of. This looks like it's dead out to there. So I'm going to cut back to a nice bud here. This off the fence. And you see these are just little stumps that are not going to be of any use, so they're just ugly. Not going to be, no reason to have them.
is that from pruning from before, or
No, it was like, you know, I'm gonna.
it just kind of snapped off?
No, it's just you know, it was finished. Like it probably bore fruit last year. You can see how they just fall right off. I'm gonna use this guy to keep that attached to the fence. But all these little stumps, I'm just gonna get rid of because they don't look good. And next year, oh no, you stay in there. Maybe let's put you down like this. There we go. Now next year, this thing's gonna put on so much growth. It's just it's amazing how much, you know. Like I said, this is only like 5 years old, and it's just, you know, it was a little stick when I planted it. So it's, you know, the thing is that people that are afraid to prune haven't paid attention to how things grow. There's nothing that stimulates growth like pruning. Nothing. It's just very, very effective to get something to grow. And so you don't lose anything by cutting. It's actually a stimulant, an encouragement. So in all those places I cut, next year I'll have shoots coming off of here just taken over again.
So when you say next year, when
This
is
year.
this year?
Yeah.
When does when is its growing season?
Well, it's going to start growing here soon. You know, you can see already like little buds.
Right.
See right here? That's a bud coming on.
Yep.
So it's getting ready to go. Now you see this piece here, how it switches back. See, it's going back on top of everything. So I'm just going to take it off. It's going the wrong direction. And you see how long it is? It's way over there.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
Yeah, you know, again, it's not like I'm trying to get stuff to grow here. That's not my problem. It's trying to contain things.
Yeah, manage the growth.
Manage the growth. And that's what pruning does. Now you see how this, you know, switches back under here, but you see this is, I'm going to use it because I have a space underneath, there's nothing else is growing here, so I'm going to keep it. But it's kind of an interesting, you know, arrangement, because you see how this is coming out here? And
right.
This is coming,
and it just cuts right back.
The fence post and turn around and went the other way.
Which is fine. So I'm taking the dead out. Let's see, this is going to be live. See, there's a bud right there. Good bud right there. Always cut back to nice buds. You can see here there's a nice bud coming up off of this.
Now, are we doing the same kind of pruning like for blocking for like the sun, or are we just cutting off old growth and stuff we don't have in the right direction?
Dead always comes out, obviously. Dead,
right.
You know, and the rest is just arranging. See, this is going to get way out into my wood pile, so I'm going to shorten it. And the reason this wood pile here is very significant. If I didn't have this wood pile here, I wouldn't have grapes. Because this wood is a heat sink, and it's amazing. I have grapes over by a chicken pen. I get hardly any because there's no heat sink. But this wood pile is just awesome for maintaining.
So it retains the heat.
Yeah, it blocks out the wind, and it's a heat sink. It holds heat. And so it's just interesting, you know, for me to watch, you know, how nature works. So I say I have the same grapes over there in my chicken pen, and I don't get any grapes. They don't, you know, but this one's loaded, and so I have to ask why. And so the obvious reason is I got a heat sink here, and so just, you know, so much you can learn in life by observing.
Yep.
Just looking, paying attention.
Yep.
As opposed to reading books by people who didn't, and going to school. That's the dumbest thing they do is send us to school and erase our brains and have us not think. You know, it's pathetic. But it's what's going on in this world today. And it's a nice seedless, very tasty variety called Interlaken. I had the interesting experience. I had a young family drove all the way up here in a motorhome from Chile, South America. It's a long drive in a motorhome.
Yeah, it's a long drive in anything.
Yeah, but he came because he's part of a family that's probably one of the largest grape growers in the world. And when he saw my film, it really arrested his attention. He said, and it really caused him to realize what he was doing. And he says, when I saw your film, I realized I was poisoning people all over the world with my grapes. And it really, really concerned me. I said, care. And you see, for me to grow my grapes, I have to use fertilizers, pesticides, fungicides, and my grapes are totally poisoned by all this material I'm using. But I don't know any other way to do it. When I saw your film, I got to come up there and see what he's doing, because if I can grow grapes without all this poison, it would be so cool. So he came up here, he and his family, and his kids stood here, and they're eating my grapes, and they're getting wet because there's so much water content, and they're utterly shocked. And he's realizing that these grapes have never been watered, never fertilized, no fungicide, no nothing. And they look like this. The leaves had no bug bites, they were totally beautiful, and the guy was just blown away. And it says, this gives me hope. And I says, all I've done is plant them in wood chips. They're just in wood chips, totally ignored. Growing great. You know, and the whole thing that people need to understand is that, as with our bodies, as with everything, anytime disease attacks something is because it's weak. Not because the disease is like epidemic and something's going to take you out. Disease only takes out weak, unhealthy things, period. If something's healthy, you don't get sick, you know? And the same's with plants. And so when your plants are being attacked by something, it's a wake-up call that it's not well. And so instead of, you know, trying to kill the pathogen, the insect, you need to correct the environment of your plant and get it well, because it'll take care of itself. And the thing that I see so clearly is that plants only attack dehydrated, stressed plants, insects. And if your plant is healthy, full of water, the insect drowns when he bites into it. So he can't stay there. He goes off to something that's dehydrated and stressed. He can get cellulose out of it. Because in my plants, he gets all water. And he can't live there, so he doesn't bother to stay here.
So have you gotten an update from that guy from Chile yet?
No, I haven't. I know he went back home and covered his whole garden with wood chips. That was, you know, he definitely did that. He's really looking forward to it.
Well, if you're watching this video, then contact me and let me know what's going on.
All right. His name is Daniel. Can't remember his last name, but Daniel's his first name. See how this piece is underneath, you know?
Right.
So it's just... just a little.
Looks like
It's
wrapped itself
Wrapped
around a
itself
couple
around.
times here.
now you see I'm cutting out all the dead. You see this is another piece of dead. And I'm going to shorten this because I don't go and, I want to be able to pick these, and so I want to way over my wood pile, so I bring them into where I can reach. Again, it's all about convenience, and pretty much it's my convenience. I'm in charge here, and so I make things work for me, and I have no problem with that.
Well, that's all of the grapes.
Oh, got a little bit more here. Get a couple dead pieces out. There.
So when you were talking about a bud, that's
Yeah,
this
these
guy
are
right
buds
here.
right here, little buds. You see, I cut back to one right there. Let's just finish up here, get all the little dead sticks out of here. So we're cool. And, so you look at my grape. It doesn't look like much there, but gotta come back here
Come
this
back
summer.
in a few months.
and watch it change. But that's all it is. Doing the grape.